Accounting often gets a bad rap for not being the most exciting topic. I've never personally understood that. I think accounting is awesome. And these updates, I'm sure that you're gonna really enjoy. The first has to do with updates to our bulk invoice entry process. Go ahead and Amanda says accounting is awesome. Amen. Amen. How many of you guys do bulk invoice entry? Go ahead and share in the chat. How many invoices do you typically add at once when you're putting them in the system? Yeah, anywhere from 5 to 20 or even more. Yeah, fantastic. So you guys are familiar then with this bulk invoice process. If I go into my Entrada environment and look at the old process, it requires you to go to accounting and invoices and then the tools tab on the left. You then click bulk invoice entry. And then you just follow the prompts on the screen. So we say how many invoices we're adding, give it a control total, choose a default property, select a post month. From there, we have the invoice pulled up and we're just manually inputting all the data that we see. Now, there's a couple of problems with this. One being that when you add an invoice, a single invoice in Entrada, you're able to do things like charge bill backs. When you're doing bulk invoice entry, you actually don't have all those options. Okay. Our new invoice, bulk invoice entry is still found underneath accounting and invoices. You'll still click underneath tools and bulk invoice, but you'll see now that the workflow has changed. It now starts with you uploading some files. So I will choose these 3 fake invoices. And now I actually have the ability to edit these files in the system. So there's 2 pages here for this first one. Let's say that represents 2 different invoices. I can click the pencil icon. I can select split invoice and either make each page into its own invoice or manually choose which pages I'm going to be splitting. Okay. Once I've done that, you'll see it separates it into 2 new files so I can edit these directly in the system. How cool is that? It's really cool. Awesome, as Carrie said. For sure. You can also do the inverse. So I could click the edit icon, choose merge invoice, give it a new name, and then choose which of the files I want to merge together. Okay. So this is really exciting. I mean, this alone makes it really cool. The ability to edit invoices in the system. I mean, that's valuable. From here, you'll click manually enter invoices, and then using the picture on the right, you'll be able to upload all of the data on the left. Now, we've also updated it so that anything that you could do when you were adding a single invoice, such as charging bill backs here, you can now do in bulk invoice as well. Once you've added all the data for all the invoices, you'll have this blue button that says review summary, and you can go ahead and see a list of all the invoices you're about to upload. You click submit batch and it will send it in for approval based on your approval settings. Okay. Kind of cool stuff. Yeah. Now there's a second bulk invoice entry update that we're adding that I think is going to be even cooler, even more time saving for you. This second update is available for those of you who want to take advantage of Entrada's AI capabilities. So you can contract for a new product called Eli Invoice Entry. Let me show you how this new product works. You come in here to accounting, invoices, and tools, and now you see that where it says bulk invoice entry, there's a subheading that says powered by Eli. The workflow initially is the same. You still choose the files that you want to add, but now instead of having to manually enter all your invoices, you guys know where I'm going with this? You can click auto upload and Eli will actually read your invoices for you and upload them. And you don't have to lift a finger. So it'll take a couple of minutes depending on how many invoices you're adding. You can click on the little Eli cube at any point in time to check the status. Otherwise, you just go in here and do all the tasks that you need to do, and you wait for the system to give you a notification here saying that the invoices are ready. You'll click on the Eli cube, select review invoices, and now So cool, folks. It has uploaded all of the data in the purple boxes for me. I didn't have to do any of that. There's still some data I'll have to select. For instance, the GL account. The system doesn't know what GL account you want to use. So you'll just add that. But as soon as you've added that data for all of the invoices, then you'll see that same summary screen and you'll click Submit Batch to send them in for approval. How about that, folks? What do we think? Save you some time? How much time do you think that would save you? Katie says best feature yet. I love that. Abarash, it's going to save hours. Sarah, it's going to save tons of time. It's a really cool product. Again, Eli Invoice Entry. Talk to your Entrada rep about how you can contract for that product today. That's kind of like my catchphrase, I feel like, for this training, this webinar. Talk to your Entrada rep today. All right, so let's keep moving forward then. Talk about our third accounting update, and that has to do with transaction tags. Such useful little tools, right? Who uses transaction tags when you're adding a purchase order or a journal entry or an invoice? What do you use them for? Yeah, there's a couple of use cases. So to help with reporting, general organizational purposes, and yeah, approval routing. Okay. Now in my test site, it's really easy to use these tags. So you just add an invoice or a journal entry or a purchase order, and when you're creating it, you just select the routing tag and you choose the one that you want to utilize. Now here's the thing though, I only have 3 tags. I know y'all have more than 3 tags. How many? Type in the chat. How many do you have? Who's got the most amount of tags that they have to scroll through when creating an invoice or a purchase order or a journal entry? Katie says 15. Okay. Anybody beat 15? Okay. Yeah. 50. Holy cannoli, Elizabeth. All right. You can see how it can very quickly become an ordeal to scroll through 50 different tags. Furthermore, the more that you have, the more opportunity for error. If somebody selects the wrong tag, maybe they choose a PO for a journal entry, and so then it slows down the approval process. Because of this, Entrada is now adding an option when you create tags to choose what kind of transaction it is for. Users will only see purchase order tags when adding a PO and journal entries when adding a journal entry, cutting down on the number of tags to scroll through and the opportunities for errors. Now the settings haven't changed. You still just go to Setup Company Financial General Ledger Custom Tags. You still come in here to add the custom tags. Just now you'll have this new transaction type to select as well.